break time.
We're back. She's sick.
I look like poop because I'm sick. Sorry.
She also sounds like poop.
Cutting this part out, I gotta blow my nose. Okay, nose is fixed. I didn't get sandwich. I got mac and cheese because I wanted something warm. I should have gotten soup, but oh well. Mac and cheese works.
Soup probably would have been better. I got my old reliable sandwich today. And it looks amazing, even though my guy wasn't there today. Oh my goodness.
You doing all right?
Look at this tiny tomato.
It's adorable.
A tiny slice of tomato.
There's bacon on it. It's super hot.
Nice weather today too. Yesterday was
it's gorgeous.
freezing.
Was it? I didn't feel like it was that cold.
Well, I had to eat lunch outside, so it was pretty cold.
Oh. Yeah, he did.
Whose fault was that?
Mine, because I left work early because I was sick and I took the car home. So he didn't have a car to eat in. So he had to go outside. Oops. My bad.
You know, I was watching an Asmongold video today about why people can't find jobs.
Who's Asmongold?
He's a talking head on YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah, it reminded me of this video where this, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it might have been like a workshop course or like a welding course or something like that. And they had a class and some kid walked in at 6 a.m. in the morning and was like, oh, hey, I'm here for the class today. What time is it supposed to start? And the guy was like 8 o'clock or something like that, or like 9 o'clock. And in the comment section, everybody was like, wow, kid, way to show initiative. And I just thought, that's not what I took away from the video. One, he's either a narcissist who wants them to see that he showed up early, to be seen that he was the first one to show up and that he showed up 2-3 hours early. Or two, he has absolutely terrible time management. Yeah. Whatever the case is, I don't want that guy working for me.
I agree. I agree that sounds like exactly one of those two things because showing up early is one thing.
10-15 minutes? Yeah. Good. I'd like to see that. Yeah. That you're showing up.
But 2 hours.
2 hours?
That's
maybe even
excessive.
3 hours?
Yeah, possibly 3 hours. That's too much. That's excessive.
It's either, hey, look at me. I'm better than everybody because I showed up here before everybody else did, and I showed up way early. Yeah, dude. I don't care if you've got main character syndrome. It's a red flag for me. Or 100%. Two, you have very bad time management skills. You could have either been doing something, or at the very least sleeping, instead of hanging out in your car for 3 hours. Because the kid was like, oh, all right, I'll just go hang out in my car.
That's a waste of time now.
What a waste of time.
Yeah.
You couldn't bother to look up what time this started the night before, you know? Again, that's another thing. You didn't care enough to show or to look up what time it actually started. And either that or you did and you wanted to make everybody see that you showed up early. And then or you checked the time and you still managed to show up at the wrong time 3 hours early and you're going to be twiddling your thumbs in the car. It doesn't show initiative to me. I don't know how people can look at that and be like, oh yeah, I love that kid. It shows initiative.
No matter what, it's a red flag in any scenario, especially for like an employer.
Yeah. You're
standpoint. It's a red flag. I don't care for it. Like some people might see it as a kind of a good thing, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it could be. Like you know, it could be worse for other people. But like, I don't see them as being a great employee. They might be just like okay to slightly not great.
I mean, like, look, you know, if the kid was homeless, didn't have a phone, and maybe he just heard about it from somebody and was like, oh yeah, I know the day, but I can't remember the time. All right, that's one thing.
That's very different.
But I don't know, to have a phone, to be able to look this stuff up yourself, and then still show up 2-3 hours early to try and prove a point, it just doesn't look good for me.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if it was for a class or if it was for like a job interview or like a tryout of some sort to try and get on the team. I don't know what it was, but like I said, it just doesn't look good in my book. And anybody that says that it looks good showing up 3 hours early, this isn't the army. They used to make us show up early just to make sure that we were there so they had accountability. But there was no really rhyme or reason to show up 3 hours early other than my team leader wanted us to be on time. And then my squad leader wanted my team leader's accountability, and then my platoon sergeant wanted my squad leader's accountability, and then my first sergeant wanted my platoon sergeant's accountability, and that's the only reason why we showed up so damn early every time. There was no point. We would just sit there and wait. But yeah, and this is in the civilian world. There's no point.
No,
so
there isn't.
I just think it looks bad. Do not show up 3 hours early for anything, because then worst thing that'll happen, somebody has to babysit you for 3 hours, and nobody wants to give up somebody to, give up one person on their team to babysit somebody for 3 hours because you decided to show up early for no reason. Yep. And that's all I have to say about that.
That was a lot, but
it bugged me when I watched the video this morning.
Okay.
Because that's what the guy was saying, Asman Gold. That's what he was saying. Asman was saying, showing up super early like that is pointless. Or when you're applying for a job and it says do not call, do not contact us, and then somebody decides to show up and be like, oh, I want to talk to the hiring manager. It tells me you can't read directions, or you think you're better than everybody else, and you think you deserve to meet the hiring officer. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I think it's if the job application says do not contact us, if somebody just shows up to your front door unexpectedly and wants to talk to you about the job, what would you do? I don't know. This isn't 1950 anymore. We've got technology that can filter out applicants, whereas back then you kind of had to see people. You had to have like a hard copy of a resume in your hand. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree.
There would be certain jobs where I would like to see somebody, say like a construction job or something like that.
Still 3 hours early is too much.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like showing, like actually meeting somebody before hiring them, or before having them come in to do a full like interview or something like that. If I was working construction, if I was hiring, I wouldn't want some like 80-pound guy that couldn't lift a hammer to save his life.
Yeah, I think there's more jobs out there than you would think that still require you to come in face to face for it.
Yeah.
Like an interview. Like there's a lot that don't require it, but there's still a good chunk that does require. Like where I got my job, it required, like, you have to go in and have a face to face interview, if not a couple.
Yeah. I think now they're taking applications online.
Yeah, online, but like they still take paper, and you still have to have a face to face interview. Like they don't cancel that part out or anything.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's 2 interviews.
Yeah, technically.
It's the initial interview to kind of get to know you.
Yep.
And then if they're like, oh, now we actually do want to hire them, then they have you come back.
Yeah.
And then do another.
I heard some people have gotten like 3 interviews too. So I only had 1. Yeah. Not sure why when I got hired. Mind you, that was like 10 years ago, but 1 interview.
I think if you're doing like a customer service job, if I was the hiring manager, yes, I would like to have a face-to-face. I would like to see these people first before going through their resume.
You have to. I feel like you have to for a customer service job. That's the whole point of customer service. Yeah.
Kind of feeling them out and seeing, okay, how is their personality? Then I would be like, all right, come on back. We will go through your resume. We will talk about it, and then we'll do like an actual interview. But most places, they don't want to, they just want to look to see if you got a degree or something like that first. They don't really care. They don't really need to see you in that first experience, like just to see.
Well, there's also so many jobs that are like at-home jobs now.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of those people. I so wish I had a job that just required me to stay at home.
Yeah.
Like if I had like a data entry job, pretty sure most of those you can just stay at home and work on your computer. Would love that.
My dream job is throw me in a cubicle in the corner, tell me what you need done, and don't bother me for the rest of the day.
Pretty much.
And let me do my thing. I don't need to talk to people.
Yeah. I've done customer service my entire life of ever working. So I'm kind of done with it. Mm-hmm. And I think you are done with it too. You haven't always done customer service. Obviously, you were in the military and stuff. But like, we've done a lot of years of customer service, and I'm so done with it, and I don't want to have to deal with the public really that much anymore, because people are rude and super mean, and I don't even know if they realize it. Or if they do, even worse. But like, they'll be the first ones to complain about other people being rude or anything, but they're the first ones to be coming at somebody that's working a customer service job, just doing their job, and they're like bitching about some stupid thing that the person doesn't even have control over.
The 16-year-old kid at the register isn't the one deciding what products get taxed and what products don't get taxed.
Nope.
There was this, I mean, I was there for this guy complaining to this kid about buying some chocolates or something like that. He was like talking to this kid, like, why is this chocolate taxed and this chocolate not taxed? Well, one is a prepared food item and the other one is an ingredient. Like, I think it was
it was like
the chocolate chips.
Cooking chocolate. And And then
and the other one was like
a chocolate bar.
Like a chocolate bar.
Yeah,
so,
that's the difference.
That's, first of all,
Candy
that's a difference. Second of all, the pothead 16-year-old that's cashing you out, that doesn't even know what's going on, doesn't set policy on what gets taxed and what doesn't. So screaming at him doesn't solve your problem.
They're not, like, dude, they're probably making minimum wage, just getting through. Like, when you were that age, did you know everything that was the reason why? Like,
and did you care to know?
And on top of that, if you knew, then you should have your answer right off the bat. You already knew. Mm-hmm. So that means you didn't know at that age. It's like those policies didn't change over the years. They have stayed the same. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously different for every state, but like our state, it's prepared food is taxed because it's prepared. Not prepared food is not taxed because it's not prepared.
While we're on the tax thing, I gotta also wonder why, like, I've seen either charity organizations or like churches pull out their tax exempt form for like the smallest purchases. Is saving 20 cents on a few bouquets of flowers?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say they do it for flowers every single time. I don't get it.
Really...
It's not even like they're getting a lot. Like if they got a lot, I would understand. But half the time they're coming in with like 4 bouquets of flowers. Like that's not all that much. And tax wise, you're not saving that much.
Is that really worth stopping the line at the store, having the manager come over, having everybody else behind you wait, just so that you could save 20 cents in tax exemption? What is the deal with that?
And I've had people come through and they're like, oh, this is for my church. I have a tax exempt form. I'm like, sweet, cool. But then I have to call up our manager to do this. And they start getting like huffy and puffy with me about it. And I'm like, have you done this before? Because this is the normal process. Yeah. And they get so butthurt about it. I don't understand why. And I'm like, okay, like, dude, either this is your first time and for some strange reason you're very upset over something very stupid, or I don't know, you're just not a nice person. You're not a good person. And you're doing this for a church. You're part of the church, but yet you're being like this to somebody that's just trying to work, doing the proper policies of their job. I don't get it.
Yeah, that goes.
Once again, a boat of a vehicle going by. I'll never get over it.
Tiny little person driving it.
Yep. One person. No one's in the back seats. It was an SUV, by the way, not a truck this time. But there's SUVs are just as big as the stupid massive trucks.
You know, it's weird. Every time I look inside like one of those huge SUVs, it's just full of garbage. Not like camping stuff or like sports stuff. It's just garbage.
It's just stupid stuff.
Bags full of other bags or I don't know, just crap. Yep. That's what you have a house for. Yep. Why are you stuffing your
Maybe
SUV
they have this massive
garbage?
Vehicle because they spent all their money on the massive vehicle and they have a teeny tiny house or a little apartment, maybe, but typically you see a big vehicle, you assume they have a decent house, but I guess not always.
Well, you saw break time sessions are turning into bitch fests. So.
Yeah, but that's okay. I kind of like it in a way. I like taking my break time to like vent.
Once again, no new nukes video today.
My nose is fixed again, and I'm gonna crack open one of these. I've had an obscene amount of caffeine. This will be the next session of obscene caffeine for me.
You have 2 cans in here?
One's yours, remember?
Yeah, but you're holding one, and there's another can right there.
Yeah, that's an old one. It's empty.
Oh, okay.
That's from yesterday. Yeah, this one's mandarin marshmallow, my favorite flavor. But also, yeah, I took like a Alka-Seltzer. I can never say it right. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Alka-Seltzer plus cold and flu daytime pill. Technically, it's 2 pills. This morning, and there's caffeine in it, because that's why it's daytime. And then I had one of these already, so now I'm about to have a second. Terrible. So much caffeine. But like, it's the only thing getting me through the day. It's so bad. I also took 2 little shots. That's like a propolis honey shot. I've had 2 of those today. That should help. Hopefully. I don't know. It helped my throat a little bit.
I don't know why, but when I get sick, Tylenol doesn't do anything for me.
I don't know. Well, Tylenol isn't meant to be for when you're sick, like with a sinus congestion problem.
No, it's supposed to help.
It's supposed to be for a headache. That's it.
No, Tylenol helps relieve inflammation. So when you're like sick and you have like the body aches and stuff like that, the soreness, it's supposed to help that. But
yeah, but like
do anything.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna fix everything. Like if you're sick, you're still gonna feel sick. Even
I know, but it's supposed to alleviate some of the pain and soreness. Yeah. It doesn't do anything for me.
I didn't take Tylenol though.
That NyQuil stuff or that Alka-Seltzer stuff is literally acetaminophen.
It's just Tylenol.
It's just Tylenol.
I don't know.
It's Tylenol with like, Tylenol is just the brand name. It's acetaminophen. Your NyQuil cold medicines have acetaminophen in it. Your Alka-Seltzer.
I'm sure there's other things in it though.
Oh, there's other stuff in it. Like they'll have stuff to help with mucus and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's my main problem.
Or
that's
help with your sore throat.
100%. Like almost all of my problem is strictly mucus right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday I had a headache, so it would have helped for that. But today I don't have a headache. It's strictly just all up there.
When I get sick, it's usually like the body soreness and
I'm a little like that's a little bit honestly comparably to what's happening with my face. That's nothing. Like I feel like I'm unbothered by that compared to the congestion that's happening in my face right now. I can't stand being stuffed up. But what are you gonna do?
Oh, this bacon's making its way down my esophagus right now.
That's because you inhaled it.
Yeah. I ate the best parts. We gotta head back in, so I just ate the best parts of my sandwich.
But I want to go back in.
We gotta head back in.
No.
Alright, people, don't show up 3 freaking hours early for an interview or 3 hours early for anything.
This upsets him a lot.
It does. It doesn't show initiative.
Yeah.
And it just makes you look bad.
He hates it. Yeah. Don't do it.
Screw you all.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
Okay,
Sorry guys. Okay.